Good morning, guys. It's April the 1st. I'm Henry Green from London Trading Group, and I'm just going to run you through what we're expecting from the market for the coming trading day. So let's start with Euro. Euro had a really good day yesterday. Finally, we've had a bit of a push in the euro dollar. Nice push up all the way up to that 127 on the 15-minute chart. So it perfectly got to 114.10 and stopped. So we have, in my view, this is a breakout market now. It's a really strong close for the euro. Did it manage to close above the highs on the day? Let me just check. Okay, so it didn't quite manage to close above the daily high, so we could potentially pull back a little bit here. On the 60-minute chart, it looks to me like we need to pull back to at least 1360. We got quite close. We got down to 30. Well, yeah, basically we completed that. On the 15-minute, I'd prefer it to pull back to 1340. I think that makes a little bit more sense. So if we pull back to 1340, then I think that becomes potentially a bit of a buy zone down there. My next level of support down is 1350, so maybe a blip through. Maybe a blip through to 40 and we close back above 50 on the hour. But I think that the euro looks strong. I do like this now, to be fair. I think this goes up. And I think if you manage to get up towards 114.40, towards 115.60, I think that's going to be a great sell zone. And you're looking for the next sort of 300, 400 pips to be downwards from there. So that's what I'm going to be looking for euro. So maybe we complete this 60-minute swing. This one takes us up to 114.90, and then we potentially see this come off. So that's also the 118 in that one as well. So I'm going to be looking for 114.90, 115 area as a good sell zone for the euro dollar. And I'm going to be looking for that. Of course, we've got non-farms Friday today, guys. So just before we start, let me just quickly run through the numbers for that one for today. So that's out at 1:30. So it says 12:30 on here because it's an hour behind. We're looking for a non-farms employment change of 206,000 expected. So a slight decrease from the actual previous from last month, but still a fairly strong number from the US. And an unemployment rate still 4.9%, and average earnings 0.2%. So just watch for those as well. We've got a bit of data coming out from Canada an hour later as well. And then at 3 o'clock you've got ISM, manufacturing. Be wary this morning, you've got manufacturing PMI from the UK at 9:30 as well. So that's going to cause a little bit of volatility, I assume, as well. So a few things today. It could be quite interesting. I don't like to trade too heavy on non-farm Fridays. You often get especially a lull in towards the late morning, so sort of 11, 12 o'clock. I certainly won't be taking anything new leading into non-farms because it's just pointless. But certainly euro looks like it could go bid today, and I think that a move up is probably likely. Technically, it says that we should have a move up in the euro dollar, so that's what I'm going to be waiting for. Okay, cable. So this head and shoulders that we played out yesterday, a lot of retail traders would probably have been stopped out on this spike. But again, everyone who's in the industry would know where to put their stops when you're playing this head and shoulders. A lot of people would have gone above the shoulders. I was somewhere in here. You could obviously go even looser and go behind here. It's just whether your risk to reward will line up if you do that. So I went with a stop at 144.10 and was absolutely fine. So I'm still in this, and I'm looking. I've brought my stop down now. I've gone behind this swing high. I've timed it into sort of 60 area, and I'm looking to target 143.10 because I think that's the MPR. I've got a few reasons why it should stop there. I've got the D as well down there, so can't see any reason why cable would stop anywhere else but 143, and I'll certainly look to buy some probably if we do get down there. Okay, so that's cable. Dollar yen, interesting day yesterday, rejected from 112 once again, and we're down there at the moment. So this is just the bottom side of the range again, and I can't help but thinking that this is a buy down here. So if we get a rejection down here this morning, this is probably quite a wise buy this morning, especially on non-farm. So if you get maybe a blip below 112, I think that's probably quite a strong buy for this morning, and I'll certainly be looking to buy some should we get down to the bottom of there. I can't see this breaking out on non-farms day, especially not before the number anyway. So maybe you just hold a position, and if you're on side, maybe you could run a long position into non-farms. If you're on side, tighten stop to break even potentially. That's probably going to be my plan for dollar yen this morning. I think that's probably quite a good idea. So if you get a blip below 112, buy that. Well, I'll be buying it. Sorry, I can't suggest that you buy it, and then potentially look to run it into non-farms. Okay, dollar CAD is up to right. Okay, so it's quite a deep retracement. This is an interesting one. This is a really good hold on the day, and I think that this could rally now. So let's have a look. So we've kind of just formed a double bottom, and certainly it just increasing my thought that if we do now clear 133, we get a nice daily close above 133. This market's certainly going higher. So how can we look to see whether this market is going to go through? Well, I've got this past market angle that's held really nice in the past, which I assume is now broken. So if we extend this one to the right, let's just turn some of this clutter off, get rid of the DTR. Okay, so I think we probably take out this this A up here, so I'm going to look for that to be taken out. Looks like we've broken that counter trend line. So the one that the counter trend line that I've got in at the moment will be, I mean, we should make a fresh low there, so this will be from there to there. So we're not quite out to that at the moment, but I think you could probably play this upwards fib at the moment. So I could probably put this fib in, and I'll probably be looking to play this on the top side. Yeah, I think that makes sense because it takes the A out. You're looking at back up towards 131. So if you get a pullback into a good level of support here, so maybe a pullback to 131.20, 130.20, maybe we then see that rally up to 131. I think that's probably quite a good idea for dollar CAD. Okay, Aussie, nice rejection. I think that's now a short. You've hit the 118 and without any pullback to the 38. So now potentially we could look for a short. I would have preferred it to have got to 77.50. Never quite got there. Very hard rejection up there, but we are now back in the buy zone. Does that lead us up to 77.50? Aha, interesting. Okay, guys, my play is if it gets down to 76.40 and holds, then I'm going to be looking for this to target 77.50. I think that makes a lot of sense if it gets up there. So it could get into this zone. This is going to be my buy zone. So any rejection in here, maybe we make a high low, and then I'm going to buy that potentially. If it goes through, it goes through, and then we're certainly looking at the short side. But those two things line up too nicely for me to ignore that. The DTR, you got the D, you got the 127 up there as well. So if we do find rejection in this zone, I'll be looking to buy this back up to 77.50. Obviously, only if we hold and the market lets me, or gives me that opportunity to do so. So Kiwi, strong rejection here. So what I'm going to play with this one, guys, is this is the interesting one. So you had a bit of a flag pattern formed yesterday. So if I just show you, or whatever, I don't know what you guys call it, but I call it flag. So if you put this in, you see how we're right on the bottom side of this now. Pretty simple. And if we break back into this, then I see this go lower. So if we hold, fine. If we make a higher low, great. But then we'd obviously going to target back up here again. But if we break back into this box equivalently, then you're looking to test the low side of the box, and it'll probably break out the bottom side because that's often what it does. So that's what I'm going to be looking for that one as well. Okay, that's a quick run through of what we're looking for in the markets. As I said, today is non-farms. Looks like it could be a few interesting things. Certainly look lined up for the majors anyway, guys. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. I hope that's been useful. As I say, click subscribe to never miss a trading video again. And yes, I'll be back on Monday to run you through what we're looking for for the coming week. So thank you for listening and happy trading. Thanks very much.